Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I got a request on how to do a skull out of clay, so I'm going to do a little demo. Kind of two different ways. So let's start with the easier way. All I have, of course, this is my scrap clay I always have. I've rolled it into a ball. You want to make sure that you knead it and it's pretty, pretty warm. Knead it into a ball and kind of press it down. Now I'm making this bigger than you normally would, so you guys can really see it on the camera. But you want to kind of have it into a shape as a circle, like we did, and then just pinch it right here. So you see where we're getting at? And lift it up and pinch underneath so it gets, and then set it down again and kind of flatten it. If you want, you could take your little roller, or if you don't have a roller, your pencil. Pencils work fine, your water bottle, the whole thing. So, and this is one way to do it. And like I said, I'm doing it a little bit bigger to show you. We want it to be flat and round and have the shape. And if you want it to be a little bit more, some people like it straight, straighter across on the bottom. Some people like it a little more oval. It's what you like. And then what I do is, I'm going to do it upside down, so forgive me. It's very simple this way. I would take something like an eraser or the end of a bigger paintbrush, and you just smooth it with your hand so you get the, and if you need to spray water on it, go ahead if it gets a little sticky, but to make it smooth and flat. And then I would go and I would stick my eraser, and you want to make the big eyes. And I move it around. You see how I kind of move it around to make it a little bit bigger? And that's all you do. And then the nose, and you'll see your clay will kind of move around as you're doing it. So you just go back and kind of push it in there. And the nose is basically an upside down heart. So now you don't have to do it like that. You can also do just the circle if you want. I like to kind of do the upside down heart. So I'll take a smaller bit, and so the point comes up here. So let's draw it. So take, if you have something sharp, even if you use a pen, okay, or you can use the part of the pen that comes off the cap, that has that little thing, just so you get an idea, because you want an upside down heart. Now, because this is upside down to me, it'll be easier for me to draw the heart shape. So turn it around so it's upside down to you. But what we'll do is we'll just draw. You'll do your two lines. And then your little bumps. Okay, and you'll take out first a little bit of clay, and then take your pencil again, your eraser, and kind of push down. If you have clay tools, you can use them. If not, it's not the biggest deal. But do you see how we kind of push that in there? And we'll push the eraser in at the end there, and then we'll bring it up so it's a point. And you mold it with your fingers a little bit so you get more of a point up here. Any extra little pieces that come off, little crumbles I call them, you just take them off. And you just take your finger, push it down a little bit. You could take your pencil eraser in again if you have a smaller eraser or whatever you're using. And push it down. Get that point up there good. And let me show you this so far. See? Now you see, in doing this, I made that eye a little bit smaller, so I'll go back in and just push it out again. And the same with this one. And like I said, just kind of Push it, and then you can take your smaller paintbrush or whatever you're using and just push it down. Toothpick, Q-tip would work. And then you'll just kind of push it in a little bit and make it smooth. There you go. Okay. So see how we got that so far? Now you can see it's getting, I pushed this too far over because I'm working on this. So you just manipulate it with your hands. It does take a little bit, but don't worry about it because you can smooth it out later and you can reshape it. But so far that's that. And the nose, like I said, you go in and I can see that it needs smoothed a little bit. Like I said, if you have a Q-tip or if you have a clay tool or if your fingers are small enough. Mine don't like to bend. You just kind of play with it a little bit. Smooth it out. Till you get that up, kind of shape. It's really not that hard. All right. And then we have that. And it's hard because my clay is different colors because it's picking up all the color off my mat. And again, this is a bit bigger than you normally would do. And then for the mouth, you can do several things. You can take a pen, a pencil, the part of the pen that we had, using the end of the paintbrush, and you can just put in a straight line and then do your and I'll show you up close in a minute. And you have a really cool skull. Now, if you don't like the nose, like I said, I would have to spend an extra minute trying to play with the nose a little bit because it was hard doing backwards. It's really not that hard. But if you want, you can work with your hands like I'm doing here, and you make it even smaller. You just kind of are pushing it in. Because what you're going to do, and you'll see here, I'll hold it up, what I'm doing. Kind of smoothing it. I've made it smaller. As you can see, I'll take whatever I'm using as my guide and just pull it out just a little bit, give it a little bit more shape, no big deal. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's a skull. And I'm just going to push it in a little bit more. And of course, you'll take a few extra minutes than I am because I'm on camera and I hate keeping you here all day. But we'll go back in, make sure our eyes are shaped. Now here's where the fun part comes on this one. So we have our face, our skull face, and this is one way to do it. And you go back and you make sure, you have it the way you want it and everything like that. And I would make it a little bit smaller, or if you want to make it this big, then make it this big. You can do two fun things. You can either take black clay, roll it into balls, and set them in the eye sockets. Set it in the nose, set it in the mouth. Or what I suggest is bake it like this. And then when it comes out, take like black paint and paint just inside the eyes, the nose, the mouth, or do a black acrylic paint wash over it. And what I would also do is I would make like little scars and like, cracks. Because when it comes out of the oven and you go to put the black wash over it, it's going to look really cool. And I'll show this up close to you too. I mean, coming from the eye, like especially if you're, let's see if you can see that. See, so then you'll go bake it. And I can see, I think it's this size, a little smaller. So you know, you go in, and it really doesn't matter. Like I said, you'll have more time than me. Yeah, nice little crack down there. So when you bake it, you'll bake it, it comes out, and then you go and you, this one eye's gonna kill me. It's driving me nuts. A little bit better. When you come out and you leave it cool off, then what you'll do is you will have this, and you will have black acrylic paint. You could use watercolor too, but I suggest acrylic. Just a little dab of black acrylic paint on in your whatever you put on your paint on, and then a little bit of water, and you want it watered down like ink. And then first, before you do the eyes or anything, paint all over this. Leave it sit for like a minute, and then go wipe very lightly off. And what's going to happen is all the black paint is going to go down in all the crevices. And you will get these really cool cracks. So you see how we're doing? And that's it. And if you want to make this a pendant, I mean, this is obviously very thick, and it'll be a thick pendant. But if you want to, let's say you have a small canvas, and you want this to be the main part of it, right? So like pretend like this is your canvas, and you have it painted whatever color you want. Maybe a red or like creepy, you know, whatever you want. And you want this to be the middle because you can glue this on. And then you have a great mixed media piece, so to say, and you can hang it on your wall. Or you could, you know, put a hole through its head and make it, you know, so you can hang it on the wall, or a chain, or whatever you want to do. This could be a, I love making dolls. So this could be a great head of a doll. Do you know what I mean? If you want to make, maybe I will save this. Maybe I will save this and make, maybe I'll make a skeleton doll. Yeah. Let me just do a few, because I have a couple clay things to bake, and maybe I'll bake it. And then just make my holes a little bit more. And then we'll see how this comes out. So that's that clay. Now, the other thing that you could do is just how I did on the top here, but if you didn't want to add the mouth, what you could do is, where I drew the line of the mouth here, you cut that off, and then just make the teeth on the end. So the teeth would be, let's see, if we have our, I'm going to do this upside down. If we have our clay skeleton, right? And we're not judging my drawing upside down. I am actually going to, I got a lot of things that I have planned for all of us to do. But anyway, let's say that's our skeleton. So we have our eyes, and we have our nose, which does not have to be perfect. And instead of having this, we would cut this part of the clay off. So I'm going to erase it, but we would cut it. And then all you have to do with your clay is just form it so it has teeth. Do you see what I'm saying? And that would be how your clay would look. Obviously a little bit better drawn, but it's upside down, and you have your cracks. Now, if you don't want your eyes to be circle and you want them to be a little bit more oval, just pull it up a little bit with whatever you're using, just to give it that little bit of a more hollow look when we go to do it. It's yours, so you play. But I'm going to bake this, and let's see how we can get it antiqued, and maybe I'll make it into a doll. And what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do that, is I'm going to make a hole. I'm just using the paintbrush end. Use whatever you got. And I'm just going to stick the hole in. So I have that hole, so when it bakes, I have something to stick in. And we're going to make something creepy. Yeah, great. So I hope that helps. If not, let me know, and I'll do the other one also. It's very simple. It's just forming it and taking the time to form it. So let me know what you guys think, and let me see your pictures and everything that you do. So when I do my video after I bake the things that I'm going to bake today, I'll show you how that comes out, and I'll show you how I antique it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And keep creating. Thank you guys. I'm so blessed to have you guys. And thank you for all your messages. I'm trying to answer them all and get back to you. I'm a bit behind on a few from today, but I'm determined to write y'all back. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.